boys and girls, we're back. So today I've got a chest day for you guys. There's also an NPC seminar at our gym today. There's going to be judges, promoters, and like the lady running it has been a judge for like 40 years or something. So should be some good information there. Try and throw some clips in for you guys from that. But I've also been getting a lot of DMs asking about how to program upper lower. Been getting a lot of responses, and seems like you guys really want that. So I'm going to put that at the end. But first things first, let's get into the training, and I'll talk to you guys after.
So got there, and then got the bug for powerlifting. Competed. I did. That's right after that week. Took a little 3-4 week break, and then I started my prep for the shows. So. About an hour since
In 2001, Jay Cutler nearly beat Ronnie.
Alright, so lift went pretty well. Just did a bit of chest, threw some lateral raises in there, did some dips, kind of for that lower chest and tricep. But pretty short, but pretty good. Posing felt better. My ankle is feeling a lot better, actually. So what I'm thinking about doing right now is splitting up my leg days. So I'm going to have a quad day and a hamstring day. Run that for about a week, and if all goes well with my ankle, then switch back to upper lower. Reason for doing that, I don't want to push it too hard on my ankle quite yet. If I go straight back to upper lower, get on a 7-plate pendulum squat, or a 15 plate leg press and mess up my ankle even more, I'm not going to be a happy camper. So I'm going to ease my way into it and then get back to regular scheduled training. As for the seminar, it went pretty well.
These athletes is out of, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, I see 50-year-old women that I'm like looking at, and I actually say, no, I think it's like somebody just said.
Talked to the lady running it, talked to some of the pro guys that were there. Beef Stew, or Stuart Sutherland, was there. Sean Clarita was there. Hunter Labrada was there. Talked to him for a little bit, got a picture. But yeah, it went pretty well. They were mostly talking about the new fit model division. I'm a little bit strong on how I feel about this, so let me know what you guys think. But yeah, they were talking about that. They were talking a lot about women's posing. And then they talked a little bit about men's physique and how they're having this thing go on recently with competitors in men's physique, kind of pull their shorts down as much as they can to try and kind of hide the legs. But what that does is makes their waist appear slightly thicker. And that's really a bad thing if you have high lat inserts. So if any of y'all are men's physique guys out there, don't do that shit. The rest of it was kind of just the judges talking about what they like, what they don't like, what they're looking for, kind of what their pet peeves are in competitors, like what they really don't like seeing, that kind of thing. Talked a little bit about spray tans, and they pretty much said that the tanning crew likely knows the venue that you're competing at, so don't get a tan anywhere else. They're also going to be liable for fixing it if your tan drips or anything like that. So if you're competing soon, go with the pro tan. It's going to be more expensive. I believe I paid like $100, something like that, when I competed last year, or 2 years ago now. But it's worth it. So seminar went well. As for upper lower, what do I do? How do you program it? And what do I recommend you do? So the whole mentality of this split is to kind of force progression and have low volume, high intensity, and have high frequency. I'm going to start off by saying it does not matter what your split is. High frequency, bro split, whatever. Without intensity, you will not grow. If you get too caught up in what's most optimal and not focus on giving it everything you have, you just won't grow. So whether you're running full body, upper lower, bro split, Arnold, whatever, you have to have intensity. So back to upper lower. How do you program it? You cannot just do different things every time, and you cannot just do the same thing and repeat it every 3 days. So what do? I have a rotation, A, B, C, and D for both upper and lower. So I'm going to start off with lower. You have to have all different things every session that you program. What do I mean? Let's take leg extension, for example. I like doing leg extensions. Leg extensions are great. I can't do the same machine the same way every 3 days. So what do? We have 2 leg extensions at my gym. So one leg session, I'll do the prime leg extension, both legs. The next lower session, I'll do the prime leg extension, single leg. The next leg session, it's the other leg extension, both legs, and then this one is single leg on the second leg extension. So that's kind of a way to get out of being too repetitive or trying to force progression too quickly. How do I program mine, and what is my split? So on my lower A day, I have adductor warm-up. I'm not progressing this lift on this day. We only have one adductor machine. You can't really do single leg adductors, so I only progress my adductor lift on the lower C day. So on A, B, and D, it's just warm-ups. So I do like 185 for like 10 or something, adductor. Then I go into the prime leg extension, prime leg curl. Then I have a hack squat, and then I have a calf raise. The leg extension, I do 1 set. The leg curl, I can kind of get away with a little more volume, so I do 2 sets. Hack squat is 1 set. Calf raise is 3 sets. I could get away with more volume with calves. Lower B, I have my hip hinge. Some people like doing deadlifts. I'm not a fan. I never noticed any growth. I have some hip issues from playing hockey. So I do an RDL. That's my hip hinge. So on my lower B, I do adductor warm up again. Single leg extension on the same one that I did on the lower A day. The same leg extension, just single leg. Then I do my RDL. 1 set, extremely hard, but 1 set. And then I do my pendulum squat, and then calf raise, and that's it. Pendulum squat, 1 set, calf raise, 3 sets. Calf raise, I do, there's 2 standing and 2 seated ones at my gym, so I could kind of get away with doing 4 different calf raises, right? So, lower C, I'm progressing the adductor this day, so I go extremely hard. It's not a warm-up on this day. I'll do like the stack and a plate and a half, something like that. And then I do the other leg extension, both legs, lying ham curl. And then I do a leg press and then calf raise. The lying leg curl is 2 sets, leg extension's 1, leg press is 1, calf raise is 3. Lower D, I have adductor warm up again, different lying leg curl. We have a plate loaded and a stack loaded one. I do the plate loaded one on this day. And then I have a hip press, which is basically a seated leg press. I do the hip press, 1 set, and then calf raise, and that's it. As for upper, I have an incline chest press on the A and the C day, and then I have a flat chest press on the B and the D day. So let's just start with A. Upper A, I do an incline Smith, and then 1 set, extremely hard, no drop sets, and then I do a chest fly. I do 2 sets. You need to find the amount of volume that you can tolerate. For everything, I would start with 1, maybe 2 sets. And if you find that you're recovering faster or slower, change your volume. So I do 2 sets of a chest fly. And then I do 1 set of a delt press, whether that's dumbbell shoulder press, machine shoulder press, Smith, barbell, whatever. 1 set of a shoulder press. And then I have a shoulder fly, whether that's dumbbell, cable laterals, machine laterals, whatever. And then I do 2 sets here as well. And then for back, I have 2 sets of a lat movement. So that can be a pullover, a pull down, a supinated pull down, whatever. And then I have 1 set of a row, like for upper back, whether that's a barbell row, seated cable row, something like that. The only exception is this prime upper back row that you guys might have seen in some videos. I can change the resistance curve so that it's easier at the squeeze. So I do 3 sets on that prime row, and I just change the resistance on each set. So as for upper B, you have a flat chest press, different chest fly, 2 sets, different shoulder press, 1 set, different delt fly, 2 sets, and then 2 sets of a lat movement and 1 set of a row movement. As for the upper C, I have another incline movement, not the same as the first one, 1 set. 2 sets of a chest fly, 1 set of a delt press, 2 sets of a delt fly, 1 set of a lat movement, and then 1 to 3 sets of a row. Started getting dark on me, so I had to turn the other lights on. But you kind of get the gist. You have chest press, chest fly, delt press, delt fly, and then 2 different back movements, 1 lat and 1 upper back. That's kind of the gist of it. You can add arms at the end of your leg sessions, whether that's both bicep and tricep, or just tricep and then have bicep at the end of your upper sessions. Lots of people play around with it. I've been testing different things out, and what I found works for me is doing 2 sets of a bicep movement and 2 sets of a tricep movement at the very beginning of my leg sessions, and been working for me. So you kind of get the gist of how I set everything up. So if you're thinking about running this split, just make sure you have a logbook and write down everything. Write down everything. Write down what you ate that day. Write down how you felt during the lift. Everything. Most important though, even if you don't do that, what's most important though that you need a logbook for, you need to log the amount of sets, the weight that you used, and how many reps that you got. I know for a fact you are not going to record every single set that you hit in every session. And even if you do, you're not going to be sitting at the gym rewatching all of your videos to figure out how much weight and how many reps that you got last session. It's not going to happen. You and I both know it, so write it down. What's going to happen is a couple weeks, couple months in, you're going to see some crazy lift in your logbook. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck. Today, I have to beat that. And you're going to do it. How do I know you're going to do it? Because you just did this. And at the very least, you could squeeze out 1 more rep because you just had 3 other leg sessions before doing this again. And most people are able to acquire growth and acquire strength every leg session. Like, week later, they might get 1 more rep. A month later, they might get 1 more rep, and that's 4 leg sessions. You just had 3. So you will beat your record if you bring intensity. Again, without intensity, like, you will not progress. So write everything down. Look at your logbook before you go to the gym, whenever you're there, warming up, whatever. Look at your logbook. See what you did last session. And every single thing that's in that logbook, you have to beat it. So, what if I have 2 sets? Let's take a lateral raise. Let's say I have 2 sets of a lateral raise. First set, I got 60 pounds for 10 reps. Second set, I got 50 pounds for 12 reps. You're still going to try to progress both sets. Now, if you progress the first set, say you got 70 pounds for 8 reps, that's still a win if you get 50 pounds for 12 reps on your second set, because you already progressed that lift. But you still want to progress as much as you can. Do not sell yourself short. Give it everything you have and still try and beat it on the second set. If that lift goes down, so let's say last week I got second set, I got 50 pounds for 12 reps. This week I beat my record on the first set, but on the second set I got less. I could only do 40 pounds for 10 reps. Should probably take out that second set. It's probably not doing you any good if it's going down. So the one thing you really need to watch out for here is sacrificing intensity for optimality. And there's so many people now, including coaches, who get so drawn in on what's most optimal, what the perfect resistance curve is, what engages the most and isolates the best, and none of it matters if you don't have intensity. Something might work better for you, great, stick with it, right? But you have to have the intensity. That's what's going to drive growth, and that's what's going to make you better. And without that, you will not progress. So that's my gist on upper lower. If you guys have any other questions you'd like me to answer, let me know. And that's basically all I have for you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one.